Gosh darn, do I get amped up making videos nowadays. I don't understand why. It's just fun to me, okay? The editing, the making the video, the thing I'm teaching you. You remember this? Do you remember this car? This is a 20, now I always butcher the year. I think it's a 2020. I think when I did the thermostat on it, I think I said it's 2018. It's 2020, Chevrolet Blazer, okay? A little different than my 96 Blazer I had back in high school. They changed, like, I think the wheels. Little things about it. Anyway, so at 30,000 miles, this car had blowed the bottom ball joint out and this driver's side wheel. That's crazy. 30,000 miles, my truck has 260,000 miles on it, and I ain't never did any maintenance to the front end. People before me probably did, but I didn't. But anyway, it's besides the point. So that got fixed. They kept driving it, and actually, when I did the road test after I did the thermostat in it, I realized that this wheel is making all kinds of racket. Here's what happened. So the person driving this was in a Walmart parking lot, and when the ball joint let loose, and this wheel, I mean, I don't have a picture. Maybe I can get a picture. I'll show you. This wheel was like here, okay? What happens when the ball joint lets loose is not only does it pull the CV shaft out, it separates it inside the boot or pulls out the transmission, depending. It also puts a lot of stress on the strut, because the strut, you know, your shock, basically it's a coil over. It's a coil over strut. So the actual shock or strut is in the middle. Then you got your coil spring around it, like this, okay? So it does this motion, or they move at the same time. Anyway, what happened, at least to my common sense knowledge, okay, it's what it sounds like, the strut had got bent. So when you go over bumps and stuff, it just makes, I thought the wheel was gonna fall off. I only made it like 200 feet down the road, and I had to back up into the driveway to make sure this wheel wasn't gonna come off. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna jack this thing up, get that wheel off there, and see what we're working with on the strut. Let's jump right into it. Looks like the strut, it's hard to tell from here, but the boot is like angled. So hopefully I made the right call on this. Now, I'm not a professional, okay? Do we need a jack stand? Yep. Wow, really? That's what I thought. Really? Always one. What? It's not even that old. Put some anti-seize on that. We'll get this plastic connector out of there once we get the strut out of the way. Let's see if we can loosen these bolts. It's fully extended. See if we get the sway bar to break loose. Doubt it. Hey, it did. Nice. Of course, since I got one side jacked up, the sway bar is actually pushing up. So we'll deal with that here in just a second. Get a pry bar in there and pop that out. Nothing too crazy on these taps. You don't want to ruin the threads. Yeah. They're kind of like a... Somebody's rounded that off before. Well, the thing is, the bolt isn't actually supposed to turn. You see the splines on it? A little bit of tension on it. Not too bad. And there you go. Be careful with the CV shaft. You don't want to pull that out of the boot. There's your other one. So now the sway bar should just relax. Should. There it is. Be gentle with that. You don't want to ruin the threads. Now we'll go up top. I leave one bolt in there, that way I can hang from it, and then I can grab it with my other hand while I'm loosening it and let it down. There we go. And we'll compare it to our new one. Everything looks right, mounting and everything, but it has this weird like bump stop. Unless the boot's just down a little. Oh. Well, no? That's weird. I don't know why that's in there. Might be a bump stop. I'm not quite sure. But as far as the top of it, let's see. Came with new bolts too. Look at that. Highly compressed spring. Let's not exaggerate it. I mean, it is compressed, but okay. How are we looking here? Yeah, everything looks normal. It's the same height. Left hand side, that would be the driver's side. Okay. Well, I think I'm just going to throw these in the old bolt bin. 3 bolts, of course. Once you get one started, you can hang it by it. Make sure you got plenty of threads though. Okay, there's our top bolts. We'll go down below and get our knuckle put on. We'll put our sway bar link in first. Maybe. I may have to jack this out of the car up to get the sway bar link in, unless I can do it with this pry bar, but I doubt it. Kind of the same scenario I ran into with the Volvo. I was doing the ball joints on that. Oop. There's one. There's two. Put our nuts on there. And that will draw that stud in. We'll give the stud just a little tap to get it started. And then now we should be able to run it home. Okay, there's that. We'll put our nut back on for our sway bar. Sway bars back on, and we'll put our little Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. That one. And this one. Okay, at this point we can put the wheel back on. Over time, you know, it's still new, so it's probably a smidge higher than the rest, but everything looks good. Everything sounded good. We're gonna take this thing for a road test. Let's go for a drive, shall we? Oh, fancy new vehicles I work on. Okay. We didn't top off the antifreeze like I said I was going to, but I will. Now I'm gonna have to let it. Should do that before I leave, but you know, why? What's it gonna do? Get hot? Where are we looking? How are we looking? See if our noise went away. Oh, a little spin, a lot of horsepower. Go around the old block, shall we? Whoa! Thing's got some pep, you know? Sounds good. Everything, wheel looks good. Pulls the right a little, but that's nothing I did. maybe it's just the road. I don't hear anything. Oh, what is that? Wheel bearing? Maybe it's tires. I hear the start of a wheel bearing. Wheel bearings can be tricky because, you know, your ears, you know, you're like, oh, which one is it? Then you have to jack up all four wheels and see which one is, you can use your little stethoscope too. There's a stethoscope, it's got like a long rod on it, and you can pinpoint which bearing is the noise. I know, I don't have my seatbelt on. Steering wheel warmer's on, it's definitely hot. Turn that off. Sounds good. There's no clunky in the front end anymore. I hear a little bit of, on this side, I hear a little bit of the backing plate rubbing, the rotor it sounds like. I'm going kind of fast on this road just to see if it's good. It sounds so much better. A couple nice big bumps there. Is that tires or is that the backing plate? It's hard to tell. It sounds good. It sounds brand new again. They were actually going to sell this car because of that noise. I mean, I don't blame them either. Do you blame them? I mean, the dang ball joint failed at 30,000 miles. Ooh. Now somebody got a little wild right here on my road. Did a little Bernie Sanders twice. Look at these. Nice posi. Alright, I think this thing's done. I don't hear that noise anymore. I don't hear the wheel bearing noise or that backing plate noise, so I may check it out. But other than that, I think this thing is good to go. Made good time on it too. I don't know when I started. 2 o'clock? 1:30? I don't know. Just taking my time with her, you know. Okay, I think we're good here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go ahead and park it right yonder. in front of my truck. Okay. Electronic power steering. Oh, it shut off. All right. I think that's going to do it for this video. Pretty straightforward. These are pretty easy. You know, you can get, when you get into like your European cars and stuff like that, the suspension is a little more sophisticated. But like GM vehicles, Ford vehicles, I mean, they're all pretty easy. Same, even Hondas are the same like strut design. 2 bolts, 3 bolts on the top. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, you may jack up the other side, that way the sway bar isn't like throwing you off, but if you're patient, you can get by. But, all right. That's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.